The one thing that I hated doing literally helped change my life. I would have never thought that cooking helped me lose almost 100 pounds. I just want to start off by saying I never grew up heavy. I personally did not consider myself to be big. In high school, people tease that you're bigger than them, whatever. That did not really faze me. I was very active growing up. I played sports throughout middle school and high school. Actually, in high school, I decided to take a little shift and focus on childcare. So all throughout high school, and after graduating, I was a VPK teacher. So I was very active playing with kids. And when I wasn't a VPK teacher during the summer, I would work with school age kids. So 12 to 13 during the summer, going on field trips. I would do so many things with the kids. I would go zip lining. We would go to museums. So I was always outside doing something. So I never considered myself big. I feel like that started to change around 2023. After that little COVID sinks in, life already changed for us. During that time, I was actually thriving. I was in my early 20s. At that point, me and Dominic were together. We moved in together. We were married, got a house. Life was pretty good for someone in her early 20s. But then life just starts moving so fast. And then I struggled balancing everything at one time. So the pressure started to hit hard and I started to break down at work and I had to take leave. And that was unpaid leave for 3 months. During that unpaid leave, I took the time to really go to therapy because I was also dealing with a lot of family trauma during that time. I didn't really get it and I couldn't really explain my anxiety at that time. Your life could be feeling like it's going the right direction, but it's like you're still not happy. I don't know if anybody gets it. If you get what I'm trying to say, please comment. I promise you I'm not crazy. I just know I'm not the only one that you have a happy life, but then like you're still missing something on the inside. And I was always like a happy-go-lucky person. So like during this time, I tried to find ways to help Dominic financially because I wasn't working at the time. When TikTok was starting to go popular and TikTok shop, I started going live with gaming content. For those of you guys who don't know, I do love playing Call of Duty. I'm a Call of Duty girl at heart. I'm not the best, but I'm good enough. But I really was just trying to show my personality, really find Akima again after that rough patch. And at that point, I was just gaining so much weight. I was just eating, Ubering food, gaming, streaming, doing whatever I could to just make it work. At the end of that year, I decided to go back home. I called my dad. I'm like, hey, I need to come back home. And I went back to St. Thomas. I gained a lot of clarity during that trip. I realized that it was okay to not be okay. And I came back and I wanted to start my wellness journey on that trip. I dedicated that trip to really mentally letting go and preparing myself when I go back to the States. I'm starting my wellness journey. And that's how It's Akima McDuffie on Instagram started. I had about 2,000 followers and I deleted all my pictures and I just started over. Day one of working out, I was committed to working out every single day. At the start of those videos, I wasn't even at my highest weight yet. I was at I would say 290 something, almost like, I think I was pretty close to 300. If not, I was already 300. That's why I started, wanting to work out. I want to really get into real life wellness and not just the aesthetics. So I really create these videos for you guys. So I would appreciate if you could subscribe. Don't forget to put on notifications so you guys do not miss when I drop a video. But at this point, yes, I was working out, but you couldn't really see a difference physically. I just felt a little better. So I went to my OBGYN. I had my regular yearly girl. We get ourselves checked out. That appointment is what changed everything. It was almost like a wake-up call to me. My doctor sat me down and she was like, Akima, you have PCOS. You have high insulin, you have high blood pressure, what is going on? Just sat down and I talked to her about it. I let her know about the anxiety. I let her know about the trip, about me not being at my job anymore. And at this point I am 23 and I wanted to think about having kids. And she's like, Akima, you cannot have kids. You are not healthy enough to have kids and I'm not gonna recommend that for you. And at that point, she was like, we need to put you on an IUD. You need to start taking weight loss medication. You need to get your insulin under control or you're gonna have diabetes. And I'm just like, my mind just went blank. My brain was just fogged at that point. Fast forward, the nutritionist gave me such a restrictive plan. I can't have carbs, no sugars, no liquid sugars. But she said just to eat vegetables, stop eating rice, potatoes, macaroni, just do quinoa. And I grew up a picky eater since I was young. So telling me this I literally thought this was impossible. I thought I was gonna get diabetes. I really did. I almost thought this is not gonna work and I'm gonna get diabetes. I have no support. I don't know what to do. And I just have to figure it out myself. I did the first step. I got another job. I leaned into accounting, which is what my degree is in. I'm getting back on track. I need money. We need a budget. I had a budget, which is crazy, of $600 a month because I made the budget based off of me eating out of Uber Eats. I used to spend over $600 on Uber Eats, y'all. I made my budget $600 and I started shopping at Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and Sam's Club because that was a bulk option. I started figuring out how to eat at home. I hated cooking and I'm like, Dominic, I do not want to cook every day. I hate doing dishes. I have no time. I'm in corporate. It just wasn't realistic. That's why I started meal prepping. I started meal prepping twice a week. It was more realistic since I was hybrid. Dominic would handle the dishes after I meal prep. I started with pre-made food from Sam's Club. They give you like pre-made options like stuffed peppers or baked potatoes. I started getting pre-made options from Trader Joe's as well. Things I used to always eat and have on rotation was like these chicken burritos. I also like black bean burritos. I just had all these little things I started experimenting with. June, I was dropping a little bit of weight. I was like, okay, meal prepping with working out. I wasn't working out as consistently, but I was doing a little something. This is working. I took a break for my birthday though, because my birthday is in June and Gemini season, we turn up. I'm like, let me celebrate 6 months of consistency, growing my page on Instagram. TikTok was steady, but I realized I started to gain the weight back because Akima was still eating too much carbs and not eating enough protein. The math ain't making sense. I'm working out, I'm eating right. What am I not doing? It's not adding up. So I started educating myself more on high protein foods. I actually asked a nutritionist that I thought was crazy. She had any YouTube recommendations of videos I can watch. I started listening to some podcasts, just educating myself on high protein foods, how to actually lose weight, what a calorie deficit is, macro balance. I started trying different meal prep services, learning education behind that, and that's why I actually use Hungry Root. Hungry Root has helped me so much on my journey. If you ever want to try it out, go ahead and use code Akima for 40% off of your first box. No, this is not sponsored. I just genuinely use Hungry Root as a way to help me like and get new recipes. By this point, I was really in the groove. I was dropping a lot of weight. I was at about 260, I believe, by September. I'm like, I literally have the secret sauce. I'm dropping 1 to 2 pounds a week. I'm looking good. I wanted to slim my waist because I really wanted to go for that hourglass figure. I was never big growing up. I had a good shape. So really and truly, I wanted to get back to that shape that I was in high school when I was very active. So September, audience is forming, the community is growing, people are commenting, they're wanting to hear from me. And I realized I started to take this more seriously. I started to hold myself more accountable, showing up more on social media. My weight loss journey to now be a lifestyle. I really wanted my life to be transformed for the better. So what I did was I didn't take any shortcuts. I decided to build a system of what has been working for me, and I became my first client. I'm now coaching women all over the world, all over the US, even in Tokyo, in the military. I provide them a structure, the same structure that took me over a year. My one-on-one coaching program, Stay Fit with Akima, is nutrition focused. We focus on your lifestyle and your schedule, and I build you a plan that works for you. We start with your nutrition. How is your eating on a day-to-day? My program doesn't just include that personalized workout and meal. It also includes lifestyle planning, which is what makes me different than other coaches. I will walk you through the same steps that I took to help me lose almost 100 pounds. As long as you are being accountable and honest with me, I will help you achieve the goals and the lifestyle that you want. This summer is my summer to reach my goal weight of 200 pounds. By the end of summer, official summer date, I will be at 200 pounds because I am locked in all summer. If you commit to 6 months of one-on-one coaching with me, your monthly rate would be $180 with no startup fees for the summer. I want to coach women who are ready to take that next step. You can apply using the link below or visit www.stayfitwithakima to apply today. Look, I'm not telling you life is going to be perfect. It's hard to start balancing holidays, family, and just everyone else's opinion during your journey. There were some weeks that I did not prep. There were some weeks that I did not work out. But those weeks, I still lost weight because my structure always brought me back. That's the difference between always starting over and actually having a system that works. Because you build something that lasts, that you know how to use if you start to fall off track. I am currently at 242 pounds, with my heaviest weight being 315 pounds. Meal prepping gave me the time and the space and the freedom to finally grow and become the better version of myself that I always knew was there. I don't say that I have anxiety anymore. I say I have anxious thoughts that I now know how to control and navigate. I finally built a life where I am in control of what I do. If I was talking to my past self, I would say you always knew that you were destined to do something better, to do something greater. I always knew I was strong. I just had to prove it to myself. You are stronger than you think, mentally, financially, and physically. And it's time for you to prove it. And I would love to help you. If you've made it this far in the video, I know you're already ready. I would love if you would subscribe if this video really gave you clarity. And comment below what you want to build and achieve this summer. You already know, if you've been subscribed, I'm reading every single comment. And for those who are ready to prove that you are stronger than you think, go ahead and hit the link in the description below and apply for one-on-one coaching. It's time that you finally meet the girls and start your transformation.